A very good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News here on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I am Rochelle Tumodra. Before we head into our stories in detail, first let's start off with a look at your headlines.
Nursing diploma holders protest demanding jobs. Doctors go on strike. Patients inconvenienced. India allocates $15 million for the promotion of Buddhist ties between India and Sri Lanka. Hatton-Colombo main road caves in from Ginigathena. One lane of the road closed. Many areas in the country to expect heavy rainfall today as well.
Now on to a top story this afternoon. Sri Lanka and India have discussed joint initiatives in the economic and commercial sphere during a meeting between visiting Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe on Thursday the 2nd.
Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had highlighted that the vision document on economic partnership adopted during Wickremesinghe's visit to India in July 2023 will further strengthen the country's maritime, air, digital, energy and people-to-people connectivity. According to the Indian Finance Ministry, the Sri Lankan President had emphasized Sri Lanka's vision to build a new market economy with a focus on tourism, sustainability, agricultural modernization and digitization, and welcomed collaboration with India in these areas. The Indian Finance Minister offered that India could become the lead partner in the initiative through technical collaboration. The Indian Finance Minister also expressed satisfaction on the progress made in recent negotiations on the Economic and Technology Cooperation Agreement and UPI-based digital payments, and shared her views on investment-based support and the bilateral investment treaty. They also had discussions on cooperation in intergrid connectivity, aviation, power projects and oil exploration in Mannar. The Indian Finance Minister also noted that India would continue to collaborate with the Sri Lankan government on matters pertaining to debt restructuring. In continuation of the tradition of friendly relations between India and Sri Lanka, the Finance Minister and President Ranil Wickremesinghe witnessed the exchange of letter of exchange and acceptance on Memorandum of Understanding for promotion of Buddhism ties between India and Sri Lanka. The Indian Finance Minister and the President also witnessed the exchange of a Memorandum of Understanding on solar electrification of religious places in Sri Lanka. For this project, India will allocate 82.4 crore Indian rupees out of the Government of India grant assistance of 107.47 crore Indian rupees earmarked for the promotion of Buddhist ties. Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman toured Jaffna this morning and is to visit the Nallur Kovil and the Jaffna Public Library among other key locations.
Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman also gave the keynote address on the theme of enhancing connectivity, partnering for prosperity at the India-Sri Lanka Business Summit in Colombo.
India is growing fast. It's the fastest growing economy. We are showing macroeconomic fundamentals which are absolutely strong. And on that, we are able to rapidly build confidence and grow faster. Now, Sri Lanka needs that. Solar and wind energy are of big ticket items which investments can rush in. Sri Lanka needs power, energy. It needs energy at an affordable rate. It needs energy for its businesses to thrive. It needs energy also for the plantations and the welfare of the plantation workers and so on. And when I therefore suggest with some audacity, pardon me, Chamber of Commerce Ceylon, that tea and tourism will certainly have to be your signature and top of the agenda, because you've shown brilliance in that. But look at energy as well. Look at pharma as well. Look at many other sectors in which your resources and endowments have not been tapped. India proved that governance being right, you can scale up to any extent. We have saved a lot of public taxpayers, brought in transparency into the system, gave no place for middlemen. And within the first 2-3 years of doing it, through only central government schemes, we've saved 2 lakh crores of public taxpayers' money. When we get into technology, economies benefit, whether it is starting from identity, use digital identity, use financial inclusion through digital accounts, government benefits being transferred with technology. It brings in several unknown, unexpected benefits. Transparency is one of them, and very important one. I think Sri Lanka and India stand to benefit.
In more local news, opposition leader Sajid Premadasa says the entire country must brace for a period of working.
The Avasagir, the Sri Dharma Vijay Buddhist Centre in Udavelawil Gamuwa, was declared open by the opposition leader yesterday.
Recovering from the dollar shortage is not an easy task, but it can be done. How do we do that? It can be done through economic development. We cannot recover through economic contraction. The government is contracting the economy. What are they doing by increasing the VAT? They're looting the public's money. The economy contracts and the disposable income of the people reduce, leading to fewer investments. The economy then contracts, with the people having to face financial restraints. We must grow our economy. We must prepare for an age of working on a production economy, an export economy.
The Government Medical Officers Association recently decided to enter into provincial level strikes, and as a result, doctors in North went on strike today.
Hospital activities at the Kilinochchi District General Hospital were hampered due to the strike action. According to Newsfirst correspondents, patients were severely inconvenienced. Government Medical Officers Association decided to launch the strike action, opposing several matters including unjust taxes, low salaries and medical professionals leaving the country. Yesterday, doctors of the Uva province launched a strike as well.
The nursing diploma holders collective protested in Ratnapura demanding appointments.
The Nursing Diploma Holders Collective, who engaged in a protest in Ratnapura, said that over 2,600 diploma holders have not been enrolled into the country's nursing service. They protested for an hour and dispersed. Diploma holders from the Kurunegala Nursing College also protested opposite the Kurunegala Teaching Hospital. They too demanded immediate appointments.
හෙදහෙදියන් විශාල වශයෙන් විදේශගත වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම රෝහල් තුල සිටින හෙදහෙදියන්ට පීඩනය ඉතාමත් වැඩි. ඉතින් අපේ හෙදපත් වීම ලබා දීම මේ කරුණුත් එක්ක අත්‍යවශ්‍ය කාරණයක් වෙලා තියෙනවා.
The Electricity Users Association highlighted on an attempt to conceal accounts.
We are informed of an attempt being made at the CEB to conceal the accounts. Why are they trying to do this? The CEB recorded over 20 billion rupees in profits in October. Given the present state of affairs, they would record over 40 billion rupees in profits by the end of the year. The CEB officials are trying to conceal these facts. They openly violate the electricity laws. They are trying to conceal the costs as well while generating unjust profits. Therefore, they would not implement the generation plan and will not take over ACE Ambilipitia. Asia Power was removed in a discreet manner and there is no complaint about it. The minister is also silent.
Minister of Public Security Tiran Alas said a decision is yet to be reached regarding the appointment of the new Inspector General of Police. He made this statement in response to an inquiry made by Newsfirst regarding further measures that will be taken after the 3-week service extension given to IGP CD Vikramaratne came to an end. Speaker Mahinda Pawebodana said the Constitutional Council is yet to receive a name for the appointment of the new IGP. The Constitutional Council is scheduled to convene on the 9th of November. IGP CD Vikramaratne was given 3 service extensions, including a 3-month extension on 2 previous occasions and another extension of 3 weeks. Recently, the President requested the Constitutional Council to extend his service by another 3 weeks. The Constitutional Council said its permission was not required to grant a service extension to the Inspector General of Police. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Sectoral Oversight Committee on National Security, MP Sarath Weerasekara, said that China's friendship would be a boost to Asia's security. He was speaking at a BOA forum for Asia.
China, being a permanent member in the Security Council, always stood by us and defended our stand at the Human Rights Council. So we are very appreciative of the consistent support extended by China to Sri Lanka. The above-mentioned issues serve as challenges for Asia and adversely impacts enterprises, entrepreneurs, making them uncertain and insecure about their future. This situation can destabilize a nation and thus make Asia vulnerable. There are also new challenges such as advances in technology, new human-machine era led by artificial intelligence transformation. Therefore, China is an indispensable and dependable friend in Asia.
In more local news, the Samagi Jana Balavega convened a media briefing in Anuradhapura.
King Rajasinghe had one joker, but Ranil Rajapaksa has two. One is Professor Ranjit Bandara and the other is Sagara Karyavasam. They provide the jokes. Leave that aside, stand with the people and come to Parliament for the budget.
රටේ ජනතාවගේ පැත්තෙන් හිට ගන්න ඕන. අර මාධ්‍ය ඉස්සලා කැමරාවට ඉස්සරහ මයික් ටිකක් හිටවපුවාම පොරවල් වෙන්නේ නැතුව එන්නකෝ දැන් අයවැය එනවනේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට. පෙන්නන්නකෝ චණ්ඩි පාට් එක. පූස් පැටව් වගේ කියන වචනෙන් වචනෙට දාලා තියෙන වාක්‍යෙන් වාක්‍යයට මරු ටොප් මේක ඇරුව විපක්ෂ පැත්තට විසඳුමක් තියෙනවා නම් කියන්නකෝ කියලා අහන්න නැතුව.
Instead of asking the opposition for alternative solutions, why don't you go for an election? If you are using your majority power for the benefit of the people, speak against the budget and defeat it.
එතකොට ජනතාවට ඕන කරන කාරණේ ඔබතුමාලගේ ඔය හිතන් ගියාවේ දෙක මිෂ්ට කරගන්න පුළුවන් නේ.
Owing to the constant wild elephant encroachments, the people of Singarajpura village belonging to Polonnaruwa district have been severely inconvenienced.
Villagers allege that wild elephants encroach on their villages from Godayaya Forest Reservation. Although there is an electric fence around the villagers say that it does not function. The villagers are requesting the authorities to reduce electricity bills and to strengthen electric fences to protect their lives, property and crops. The movement to protect humans and elephants convened a press conference at Girithale to highlight matters relating to the human-elephant conflict.
දැන් මේ අලිමිනිස් ගැටුම ඛේදවාචකයක් දක්වා පරිවර්තනය වෙලා තියෙනවා. ගිය සතියේ බකමූණ නගරේ
The human-elephant conflict has developed to a tragedy. Last week at around 6:30 am, a human life was lost in the Kumara Alla area in Bakamuna. This person was attacked while he was plucking long beans from his plantation. This has currently posed a threat to the school children as well. They have no way to come to school. They pass exams with severe hardships. But people have no way to get to their houses after work, no way to go to funerals in the evening, no way to take a patient to the hospital. The human-elephant conflict has worsened. This government has failed to create a safe haven for animals and wildlife.
Newsfirst with the people.
Now on to your weather update. Department of Irrigation says flood levels of the Attanagulu Oyo has worsened with the prevailing showers.
The Met Department says the prevailing showery conditions will increase today. The Department of Meteorology predicted that the prevailing showery weather condition is expected to enhance on Friday. The department predicted showers or thunder showers over most places over the island after 1 p.m. The Met Department predicted heavy showers above 100 millimeters in the Sabaragamuwa, Central, Uva and North Central provinces and in the Putlam and Manad districts, with fairly heavy showers above 50 millimeters likely at some places elsewhere. The department predicted showers in the Eastern Province and in the Jaffna and Mullaitivu districts during the morning as well. The landslide warning issued in several divisional secretariats in 10 districts was extended till Friday afternoon. The landslide warning is in effect in several divisional secretariats in the Kandy, Matale, Ratnapura, Colombo, Gaul, Matara, Kalutara, Kegol, Kurunegala and Badulla districts. A part of the Hatton-Colombo A7 road was caved in owing to the extreme weather conditions and vehicles are travelling through one lane off the road. Police advise motorists to drive with caution on the Hatton-Colombo road.
One person was injured and admitted to hospital after a car crash on the Japan-Sri Lanka Friendship Road in Pathramula.
The accident took place when a vehicle plying from Kimbulavala crashed with a motorbike heading in the opposite direction. The 39-year-old motorcyclist was injured in the accident. He was admitted to the Sri Jayawardhanapura Hospital and further investigations are carried out by the Thalangama police. An accident took place when a bus veered off the road and crashed onto a tree at the 10th mile post in Madurankulia. 38 passengers were travelling in the bus and no one was injured.
Day 41 of the second leg of the LOLC Divisavya program got underway centering schools in the Badulla district.
The second leg of the LOLC Divisavya program will provide school books and stationery items to schools with less than 100 students. Students will be provided school books and stationery for a period of 1 year under the program. This worthy initiative is a collaboration between the LOLC group and the Ministry of Education. Students from schools including the Namanukula Vidyalaya, the Meriya Tamil Vidyalaya, Passara Tamil Vidyalaya, Kanavaralla No. 2 Tamil Vidyalaya, Vavek Halley Tamil Vidyalaya and Bibilegama Primary Vidyalaya were gifted school books and stationery items this morning. School books and stationery items were also gifted to students at the Passara Zonal Education Office. The LOLC Divisavya program will continue to create a bright future for the country's student population.
The Science and Technology competition of the Deyandar National School, which is celebrating its 140th anniversary, will take place today for the third consecutive day.
Newsfirst correspondent stated that the last day of the event will be today and the event will take place from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The event, which started on the 1st of September, will host its final day today.
State Minister of Finance Shehan Semasinghe delivered the keynote speech at the United Nations Forum yesterday.
The fourth session of the Committee on Macroeconomic Policy, Poverty Reduction and Financing for Development, organised by United Nations Economic and Social Council, is being held in Bangkok, Thailand from the 1st to the 3rd of November.
Sri Lanka is pursuing other free and preferential trade agreements with a number of partner countries. Post-crisis, Sri Lanka aims to expand trade and financial liberalisation for its economic and social development to encourage a greater private sector engagement. As the world takes on new commitments from Millennium Development Goals to Sustainable Development Goals to carbon net zero and opens new investment opportunities for the private sector. The assistance from multilateral development banks, development financial institutions and development partners for the accomplishment of these commitments needs to take a different shape. In fact, a bolder approach to risk mitigation of private investors. To crowd in more private investment in development plans, multilateral development banks, development financial institutions, and development partners need to absorb a significant portion of a country's risk level. Such assistance shall empower the private sector and narrow the growing gap in much needed sustainable finance, also making liberalization efforts more meaningful. We are therefore at a time when liberalization and collaboration are at the heart of economic and social development. Instead of competing individually for country-wise development, we suggest that countries divert resources for region-wise development to uplift the standards of living of everyone for an inclusive and stronger development.
Governments meeting at the United Nations Forum are considering new ways of assessing public debt sustainability and scaling up sustainable finance against a backdrop of the need to increase investments in the Sustainable Development Goals and stronger climate action, and at a time when public coffers remain hemmed in by recent multiple crises.
Now on to news overseas. 13 Sri Lankans who are living in the Gaza Strip have reached the Rafah crossing with Egypt.
The representative of Sri Lanka to the state of Palestine, Bennett Kure, told Newsfirst that a delegation from the Sri Lankan mission in Egypt will be ready to accept the group after they cross the border. The group of Sri Lankans will thereafter be moved to the Sri Lankan mission in Cairo after debriefing. A total of 17 Sri Lankans who form 3 families were living in Gaza. 4 Sri Lankans are currently at a Catholic church in Gaza, and the representative of Sri Lanka to the state of Palestine, Bennett Kure, said that they are safe within the church premises.
US intelligence reports that Russia's Wagner Group is preparing to deliver an advanced air defense missile system to Hezbollah amidst the increasing clashes in the Lebanese border between Israel and Hezbollah.
Wagner and Hezbollah fighters have both operated in Syria for years, where they have been working alongside Russian and Syrian armed forces to bolster the Assad regime against the Syrian opposition. Hezbollah began to pull its fighters out in recent years, but the group is also backed by Iran, which is a close Assad ally. A third source familiar with Western intelligence said there was evidence of increasing collaboration between Hezbollah and Wagner in Syria. Israel and Hezbollah have been exchanging deadly fire across the Israel-Lebanese border since Hamas launched an attack on Israel on the 7th of October. The latest confrontation is considered the deadliest escalation at the frontier since the 2006 war. The United States approved a nearly $14.5 billion military aid package on Thursday for Israel, a muscular US response to the war with Hamas. A journalist in Gaza broke down on live television after his colleague Mohammed Abu Hattab was killed. The Palestine TV correspondent Mohammed Abu Hattab was reportedly killed in an attack on his home that also killed 11 of his family members in Khan Yunis, southern Gaza. Meanwhile, a group of independent United Nations experts called on Thursday for a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza, saying time was running out for Palestinians there who are at grave risk of genocide.
The official ICC Men's Cricket World Cup India 2023.
And finally, on to your sports news. Afghanistan and Netherlands are still in race to reach the knockout stage of the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023, following early triumphs over top 4 contenders and clinical wins in their last start.
Afghanistan and Netherlands will meet today at Lucknow for the 34th game of the ongoing ICC Cricket World Cup 2023. Afghanistan are currently placed 6th in the points table, having won 3 of their last 6 games. A 4th victory here for Afghanistan would have them draw level on 8 points with both Australia and New Zealand in 3rd and 4th place, and firmly in the mix for a spot in the knockout stages. The Netherlands are placed 8th in the points table, having won 2 of their last 6 games. With only 2 wins so far, Netherlands have a trickier path to the semi-finals, but could give their chances a huge boost with 2 points from this. Afghanistan and Netherlands both stunned highly fancied opponents to kickstart their campaign, and can now chase another victory that would put the winner right in the face for a semi. These 2 teams have played 9 ODIs against each other so far, and Afghanistan have won 7 of those, and the Netherlands. The game between Afghanistan and Netherlands will start at 2 p.m. Sri Lanka time, and cricket fans can catch all the action live via the MTV MBC Meet, the official local broadcast rights holders of the ICC Cricket World 2023. The matches can be viewed on TV1 and www.sirasatv.lk and on. In addition, the match will also be aired on YFM.
And that's a wrap of your lunchtime news for today. For more of these stories and for more of the very latest, log on to www.newsfirst.lk. Thank you and have a nice day.